Welcome, welcome, welcome to the AEW Dynamite post show. It's your boy ABE from DET.
I am that ball bro from the NYC.
Bro, Happy New Year, man. We said it off air. I just want to say it on air as well, man. Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, my fellow ball bro. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Will Ospreay starts off AEW Dynamite by defeating Buddy Murphy and afterwards gets on the mic to give him praise and tell him that he and Brody King don't need a leader. They need to be stars on their own. Buddy shakes his hand in respect and ponders on the thought of maybe he is right. Buddy Murphy, I feel like, is one of the most underutilized wrestlers, been that way in WWE. It's carried over into AEW. Yes, I like what he's done in AEW. It's been much more, but he can do so much more. But your thoughts on the open?
I mean, listen, it's exactly what you would expect out of Osprey and Buddy, man. We knew what to expect. I mean, once the bell rang, I mean, they delivered and then some. I mean, great action back and forth. And like you said, whether it was whether it's WWE or even here like you said, it's a little better here in AEW, but he could do so much more. And listen, man, the dude's potential is through the roof. I mean, the sky's the limit for this dude. And you know what? I don't know why. I got a gut feeling like 2025 is going to be a good year for good old Buddy. I mean, post match you get Osprey giving him his recognition, kind of giving him just the rub right there. You know what? I think basically giving him the wink and the nod, like, yo, your time is now, man. It's time for you to step out of the shadows and be your own man, be front and center. I think it's going to be a good year for Buddy in 2025.
Definitely, we shall see. Next up, though, after that, Bobby Lashley defeats Mark Briscoe, and afterwards, the Hurt Syndicate does what they do best, and that's hurt people. As Shelton comes in, they jump in Briscoe until Private Party comes out to save the day, as they had a little run-in before the match with the Hurt Syndicate, breaking up their little private party and saying that basically they have their eyes on those tag team titles, which is stirring up the pot now. But yeah, how do you feel about this? Private parties, tag team titles, maybe in sights of the Hurt Syndicate.
I mean, as far as like focus on Private Party, I mean, focus in the tag division, like this is exactly what we need. I mean, and it's not even just a match for the sake of being a match. Like you said, they break up their little party celebration, with a toast, leading to an eventual match down the road. I mean, between those two teams, and like I said, we're getting a little focus now, not just on Private Party, but on the tag team division as well. I mean, and then you go into the damn match like, this dude, Lashley is freaking ageless, man. Like this dude is whatever fountain of youth he drank from, man. I think we all need that formula because this dude moves as well now than he did back in the mid 2000s when he debuted in WWE. I mean, this dude looks amazing, is amazing in the ring. I mean, great, and it's fun little entertaining match with him and Briscoe. I mean, Briscoe you can't miss with having Briscoe with Mark Briscoe in a match. You're gonna get the absolute best. You're gonna look good on the other side of it. I mean, but your MVP, no pun intended, he was the MVP on commentary. Like whenever it's time for him to like whether it be a wrestler or a manager, like hang it up, he needs to go into that commentary booth. He fit like a glove in there. But like I said, we got focus on the tag team division, focus on Private Party, and that's drastically something that the AEW needs in 2025.
Yeah, 100%, man. But just seeing that transpire, I kind of felt like Bobby could do more, but everything that is above him is tied up. So it's perfect timing. Let him start there at the tag team and maybe move your way up to singles or something else like that. Nothing wrong with it at all. But after that, Powerhouse Hobbs wins the men's Gauntlets contender match, which was a hell of a match. And he wins the opportunity to fight Moxley at Maximum Carnage. And afterwards, he says to Renee, who is actually, people know this is Moxley's wife, real life. Hobbs says to her, not only am I going to take the world title, I'm going to make him my B. I can't say it. We live on, some things, but hey,
The female dog. Gonna make him the female dog.
I'm gonna make you my female dog. Which, you know, in a way, she like, I'm his bi. What you mean? But hey, it happened. It went down. Hobbs, number one contender. Your thought, Bob, bro?
I mean, shocked, honestly. I mean, listen, these casino gauntlet matches, I mean, Tony, he stacks them up, from top to bottom. I mean, like, there's like half a dozen guys who could have actually won this match. But I mean, to say it was a pleasant surprise that Hobbs won this match. I mean, ever since he came back from injury, I like the pace that he's going at right now. He's getting better with each week that passes. And in a way, like for a lot of people who may have forgotten, remember it was a match against Moxley for the New Japan title, in which he tore up his knee. So there's history between those two, and in a way, it kind of storyline driven. You could build it up as Hobbs maybe trying to get his revenge for getting hurt against Mox. So listen, it's a one-off match next week on Dynamite. I mean, I'm sure we don't expect the title to change hands, but it's a great showcase for Hobbs. I mean, it shows that he's moving the right direction in the company. He's getting a little bit more trust, more favor as he goes along. And like I said, he's another one to keep your eyes on in 2025. Whether it's winning gold or not, he's getting he's getting good screen time. He's getting a lot of action. He's in the mix of different lanes right now. I like what they're doing with Hobbs, and like I said, I think it's future's looking bright for Powerhouse.
Homegrown talent. We saying it
Hmm.
every week. They keep building it. They're making the right moves. But shout out Robert of You. He said, "Did y'all like the Kenny Omega song?" We're gonna get to that, but yes, I did.
Hmm.
Yes, 1,000% I did,
Yeah.
yo. But after that, MJF verbally assaulted a pro wrestling pioneer in the name of Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Basically, just told him this is you're on your last year of your contract, and he offered him a ride to the top. But Double J rejects, basically calls Max an entitled prick, walks off clearly, stirring up the pot with the two of them, since everything is basically tied up, and Max said that as well. So it looks like we're getting some Double J MJF buffoonery coming soon to a TV near you. Your thoughts?
Bro, it is the year 2025, and I am excited for a feud between MJF and Double J because like even at Jeff Jarrett's age right now, he could still talk. He still cuts a great promo. But on the flip side of that, like MJF is just so good. Like obviously we know he's great on the mic, but if and when it comes to them squaring up in the ring, like who better do you trust with like Jeff Jarrett in this point of his career than a consummate pro than MJF? I mean, he could wrestle any old school match, any new school match. He does whatever you need him to do in this situation. And a lot of people were complaining and worried about the TV time that Jeff Jarrett, has right now. But go back to when he entered the gauntlet match, that pop that he got from that crowd. That listen, he still gets a great reaction in the year 2025. A lot of the fans hang on to every word when he's talking. I mean, he gets it. He knows how to push the buttons. And like I said, I think this is like as far as what Jeff Jarrett can do at this stage of his career. He couldn't ask for a better dance partner in MJF. So I think MJF's going to make Jarrett look like $1 million in this feud. So I'm very excited for it.
Day one, I agree with you, but day one, he made him look like nothing. MJF assaulted that man. That was good TV though. I do agree. At the end of all of this, Jeff Jarrett will look like $1 million. But after that, we got Adam Copeland comes out saying everything he's gonna do to Moxley until Moxley and the Death Riders come out. But On their way out, FTR intercepts them, but the numbers game always win. Pac comes out, Marina comes out. They lay waste to FTR, and Moxley chokes out Copeland with like some type of bear choke. After that, he goes to reach for his old best friend, the plastic bag. But he couldn't make his move because out comes the number one contender for that world title that's in that briefcase that they carry around. Powerhouse Hobbs. He didn't even have to swing. He didn't have to punch. He didn't have to kick. His presence made the Death Riders leave the ring. Your thoughts on this, man? Their first interaction before their match at Maximum Carnage.
I mean, it served its purpose. Hobbs basically put Mox and the Death Riders on notice. Like you say, he didn't have to. He didn't even have to. He didn't even run to the ring. All he did was just put the straps down, and that just sent the message that he had to. Man, I mean, listen, a guy the size of Hobbs, how powerful he is, he has to do very little to send a message to whoever's in front of him. But I mean, as far as the Death Riders go, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. They need something. They need a little bit more something. I mean, it just I'm not saying it's bad, it's terrible. It just seems a little flat right now. I
So
mean,
that they need an opponent. They need something to stir the pot, you're saying?
yeah, I mean, I don't even. Yeah, they need whether it's an addition, whether it's the right dance partner to go with. Like they need something to stir it up, to just kind of rejuvenate, bring a little bit more life to it. I'm not sure that's Cope right now. Yeah,
Okay.
if that's Copeland, but it needs a little more juice. It needs a little bit more fire right now.
I
Like
see. I see.
and sooner than later, I think we need that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It did feel a little like they're just jumping to guy who Moxley will defeat, He's not fighting contenders like, yo, this guy might actually win. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean
But
all the other contenders right now, like the real contenders. Think about it. Swerve is tied up with Ricochet. MJF is
yep.
with Double J. Osprey, we'll talk later what he might be entangled with, and then like I said, we'll talk about Mister Omega down the line. But it seems like Cope is just there right now. But yeah, they just need a little something just to rejuvenate, bring a little bit more life to. Because right now, like I said, I'm not saying it's terrible. It's just falling a little flat for me right now.
A little plateauing. I completely agree with you. I completely
Yeah.
agree with you. Next up, though, Chris Statlander outlasts Tony Storm and Willow Nightingale to get one step closer to Mariah May in Australia. She's the number one contender now in the gauntlet match next week. Your thoughts on Chris Statlander seems to be getting the rub.
Yeah, I mean, listen, even though she ate that second L at World's End from Mercedes, I mean, she's the ace of that women's division right now. So if anyone is the perfect remedy to kind of lift up Mariah May's title reign, it's Statlander in my opinion. Like she's the fixer, she's the ace. Like she's the one that you could put with any other female in that division, and she's gonna knock it out of the park. I mean, she's all hits and no misses, and just this match right here, like you get the perfect three that you knew when this match was announced, like it was gonna deliver. I mean, obviously you got Stat and Willow, established veterans, but I mean, you got that rookie, that rookie with all the fire in her, and Tony Storm. I mean, coming close, but not close enough. She don't. There's no rush for her. She just started out in this company, man. So there's no rush for her. I mean, she'll be in the gauntlet match, but she don't need to be belted up right now. Like, plenty of time to tell her story. Us fans to find out the first time who Tony Storm is. But I can't. Whenever that happens, I can't wait for that first encounter between her and Mariah May. It's gonna be cinema, as the kids call it.
Cinema. Definitely. I was looking at this match and just seeing how even though she won, you still got Tony, you still got Willow. You got so many women in that division who could potentially be world champion. Other night in our NXT post show, we were having a discussion about the best women's division in professional wrestling in the majors. Not if we go indies, of course, we're gonna find some jewels, but in the majors, do you feel it's NXT or is AEW in the lead?
I would say right now, just because how they're being booked, I'll give the slight edge to NXT right
Okay,
now. Because, well, here's the thing: when you look at the difference between NXT and AEW, the women's division NXT, that's really all they got in NXT. Because I'm sorry, the men's division is kind of thin right now.
facts.
Like, I mean, it's Trick, it's Tony, it's Oba. Who else you want to throw in there? I mean, maybe Eddie Thorpe. Javon Evans is only 20. He's nowhere near the main event scene right now. No rush for him. And like I said, it's bare bones. That whatever they got to do something to whether it's bring some people from the main roster down to fill it out, or maybe bring in some of those new WWE ID signings sooner rather than later. But if if the booking gets even equivalent to what NXT is, AEW and NXT, it's going to be a neck and neck race this year. That's just how talented both women's rosters are. But like I said, right now, as far as booking, I would give a slight edge to the NXT women's division. But dude, this could literally change on a week to week basis. I mean, like I said, next week we got the women's gauntlet match. I can easily change my answer next week depending on that. And who knows? Maybe like with the men's, we got a surprise with Hobbs winning tonight. I mean, you know, who's to say we don't get another surprise next week? Can Anna Jay win? Can Harley Cameron win? I mean, we'll see. But like I said, dude, those two divisions. I mean, just shout out to women's wrestling in general. I mean, and
Definitely.
if you saw like Wrestle Dynasty and Wrestle Kingdom over the weekend, like man, there's just so much great female talent across the world. You got Persephone and CMLL. You got Mayu Watanabe like in New Japan Stardom, and Azumi as well. Like, dude, there's just so much great female talent that we're gonna find out about later as the year goes on.
Definitely. Shout out Delinquent 13 on TikTok. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. 1,000% we do. And shout out Christopher Evans on TikTok as well. Ultimate El Rosa on Instagram and Curtis Wade 37 on Instagram. Shout out everybody who is on Twitch. Can't see it, but I know you're there. Appreciate you. But next up, we got a main event, but not a match main event. It's a promo main event. Kenny Omega gives a great one, explaining his health and how he's on a road back. And then he comes down, in the middle of explaining all this, getting deep, and out comes who else? Don Callis. But before he can get much off, Omega attacks Don. And as expected, out comes the family who focused on that repair abdomen of Kenny, attacks it until to his rescue comes Will Ospreay, who cleans house. They stand there, face off. Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay in an AEW ring that just looked amazing. But for now, it looks like they're going to be teaming up to fight against the Don Callis family. Your thoughts on Kenny's return?
Bro, first off, you want to know what power is? You want to know what command is? Just look at Kenny in the ring, and you don't hear a peep from the crowd. Everyone is just at ease. Everyone is focused. They're locked in on every word this man has to say. And just, he didn't give us too much, but he gave exactly what we needed to hear. Just his recovery, just his journey, the fact that we found out multiple times he had to go back to the hospital. He lost what over he said 2 feet of his intestines lost. Like, dude, he's lucky that he's not even here right now. And it's even crazy to go back last year, like late 2023, like the stuff he was doing in so much pain. But like you said, just the thought of the fact that he went in when he did, he would have went in later. He wouldn't even be here right now. I mean, it's just a miracle that he's even with us right now. But I mean, like you said, we end the show with Osprey and Omega in the ring, and I don't mind the team up right now. I'll go on a limb right now. Guess what? We know we'll get that match, that rubber match between Osprey and Omega. I say you don't need it anytime soon.
Nah,
There is so much for both guys to do on their own to properly build that match to make it the big spectacle it could be. I'll go on a limb and say you don't even need it this year. You
nah,
don't
not at
even
all.
you could wait till next year. I say you want to make it that big deal. Next year when they meet up, it has to be for the title. It has to be the title. I already predicted that Omega's going to win the belt later this year at the end of the year to cap off a great run for him. And then next year, Osprey will be the one to take that belt off of Omega. Kind of
Ooh.
like a passing of the torch moment right there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in a
definitely. I can
sense.
see that happen.
But yeah, let's get the little team up right now. You know what? They might need a third member because remember, it's three guys in the Don Callis family. Maybe a
Yep.
certain Buddy, maybe certain Mr. Buddy comes help out. We got Grand Slam coming up. Maybe we get a little 3-on-3 match right there. Buddy, hometown product would be a great showcase for him. Nice little rub, from Osprey and Omega.
I
But
can see
man,
that.
but just real quick on Omega's music though, that kind of like Final Fantasy God of War theme that he comes out to, bro. I don't know if you saw Wrestle Dynasty, like that entrance was godlike. I mean, but then again, he is the wrestling god.
He is.
He is the one winged angel. He is that fucking guy.
It
Thank
gave me
God. Thank God
it
Kenny
gave me
Omega's
a
back.
it gave me a Roman Reigns tribal chief vibe. Not trying to
Mm.
compare the two. I'm just saying it felt
Nah,
like
just like in
his boss was
feeling.
coming.
Just like yeah, like you said, like now that it's a new music and theme we got to get used to,
Yeah.
from Battle Cry. But like I said, when you see that font, like that God of War font, like it's going down and something crazy is about to happen. And I say Battle Cry will come back, but we keep that you keep that to the side until like the big
Right,
match that
right,
we
right,
get,
right.
like but yeah, no, I get what you're saying about like Roman Reigns as far as just the feeling, the
It
aura,
felt
like
powerful.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out whoever made that shit. That's fire. Fire.
hmm
Fire. Up. Scale of 1 to 10. What you giving AEW Dynamite tonight?
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, dude. Listen, everything. I think the show flowed great. I mean, I like that we got focused on the tag division right now. Focus on Private Party. We have a direction for them finally in their tag run. Like I said, it's great to see Lashley moving well in the ring. The Casino Gauntlet matches, they always deliver. I was pleasantly shocked with Hobbs winning, but you know what? It fits the storyline. The history with him and Moxley. And, dude, just the triple threat women's match. Great stuff from all the ladies. And come on, man, you can't end the night better off with Omega and Osprey. Just they're playing the long game with those two. You can't, no need to rush that. Just come back to it when it's just right. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. If you've been reading the chat, shout out Tony Hayes. Always provides the good entertainment in the comments. Good evening, brother. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a good 9.2 as well. This was a solid show. Kenny Omega, man, he just it felt powerful. When you were talking a month ago and you said I could see Kenny Omega being the one to take it. When he was ushered in tonight, it felt like the savior was home. Time to set shit right. That's what it felt like. That music, the entrance. So yes, 9.2, great show for me. What you got going on lately, Bob, bro? Anything you want to plug? Group chat?
Uh, same old stuff, man. We just released the episode 27 group chat wrestling podcast. We talk about Kenny Omega's return. We go over Wrestle Dynasty and Wrestle Kingdom. So we map out what Kenny Omega's year might look like, man. And like I said, little teaser. Yeah, I got Omega winning the title back at the end of the year. Great way to close out this year. But dude, it's gonna be a magical ride, man. You can find me on TikTok, Ball Bro, all the other socials, Ball Bro, Twitter, Instagram. Really easy to find.
And check me out, pretty much every day. right here. Holy Shhh Podcast this Friday. SmackDown post show should be a good one. It's gonna be 3 hours. Are we back to 3 hours every week now? I think.
I think it's still 3 hours, but they
Yeah,
did
still 3
say
hours.
at some point they're gonna change back to two. And listen,
Okay.
bro, like that it needs it's a Friday night, bro. It needs to be 2 hours. You can't do 3 hours on a Friday night.
Right, and it should be a good one. See the fallout from Tiffy time, Hurt and Rain, how it starts, Nia Jax, all that good jazz. But till then, it's your boy ABE from DET.
I'm that ball bro from the NYC.
You guys been tuned in to the AEW post show on the Holy Shhh Podcast.
Media.